Last time, I summarized the first arc of solo leveling, the D-rank dungeon arc, and we got to see Sung Jinwoo unlock the system, become a player, some menacing statues, people getting eviscerated by said statues, a quick explanation on what the gates and hunters are, and Jinwoo's life of misfortune. So go ahead and watch that first if you want, cause I'm about to summarize the second and third arc to find out more about Jinwoo's new system. Hey, I'm Solo. Today I'm summarizing the Reawakening and Instance dungeon arc. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Jinwoo wakes up disoriented, thinking it was all a dream. Suddenly, two men visit from the Hunters Association surveillance team, informing him that he's been asleep for 3 days and that Song Chiul and Lee Juhee are safe, but their future as hunters is uncertain. The inspector continues with Kim Sang-shik, but Jinwoo abruptly stops him as he recalls his betrayal. The inspector instead goes on that there was no evidence of the temple nor the statues when the White Tiger Guild saved Jinwoo. Since there were no discrepancies in the other survivors' accounts either, the only explanation they could come to is that Jinwoo had a second awakening. When a hunter awakens, their powers are set, unable to become stronger, but very rarely, they can reawaken and break their limits, reaching A rank or even S rank. The inspector tests Jinwoo's aptitude, thinking only an S rank could have handled the statues if what they're saying is true. However, Jinwoo scores a mere 10 when the lowest they'd ever gotten was a 70. As the inspectors leave without disclosing his results, Jinwoo notices they never brought up the giant message box above his head, indicating they can't see it. As he fiddles with the system, his sister, Sung Jina, visits him and scolds him for always getting injured. Jinwoo tries to show her the message box, but she can't see it either. Instead, he asks her how to view messages in a game, and she tells him that he has to open the message box first, which triggers Jinwoo's system. As Jina leaves, Jinwoo looks at his messages and receives a daily quest to train, but dismisses it and goes to sleep. In his sleep, the quest's timer eventually reaches 0 and notifies him of a penalty. Jinwoo gets woken up as his surroundings turn to sand, revealing he got transported to a desert. A poison-toothed giant desert centipede appears behind him, and he receives a penalty quest to survive for 4 hours. Jinwoo runs for his life as several centipede monsters chase him. Just in time, he completes his penalty quest in the desert and returns to the hospital floor, found by his nurse exhausted. A few days later, Jinwoo has routinely completed his daily quest to train. He realizes the system is not just his imagination, and no one else can see it. He also receives rewards every time he completes his daily quest, one of which is a status recovery that instantly cures his fatigue. The system is like a game that gives him an inventory, skills, and stats that allow him to level up. Jinwoo leaves the hospital for the day and goes to Habjong Station, planning to use the key he received as a reward. The key opens an instance dungeon, and Jinwoo resolves to enter as he confirms his reawakening. As he enters the instance dungeon, the entrance closes up and he gets transported to a new dimension, resembling Habjong Station. The system notifies him that the only way to exit is to defeat the boss or use a teleportation stone. Resigned to his fate, he looks down the stairs as an ominous energy emanates from it. Jinwoo descends the dark stairs and finds himself in an abandoned variant of Habjong Station. Suddenly, a creature lunges toward him, but he skillfully evades its attack, revealing the beast as a steel-fanged lichen, resembling a crimson wolf with a metallic lower jaw. Jinwoo and the monster face off, but he realizes his legs won't move. Paralyzed by fear and trauma from the statue of God, the monster charges at him, but Jinwoo narrowly evades. He notices his body feels lighter and charges up an attack, managing to punch the monster, which he attributes to increasing his strength stat. However, it's still not enough as the monster seems unfazed. Fortunately, he remembers his inventory and pulls out a sword, slicing the charging steel-fanged lichen in half. He levels up and Jinwoo recalls that the sword was Sang-shik's. More monsters show up, but Jinwoo defeats every single one, claiming they don't even compare to the statues. Jinwoo reflects on the mechanics of the system and concludes that he earns stat points for leveling up and completing his daily quest, with hunting as the best way to level up and a chance to become stronger. Remember, this is significant because once a hunter awakens, their rank is fixed and they can't get stronger, even those with reawakened powers. Jinwoo looks over the monsters he defeated and notices that he's receiving items instead of essence stones, suggesting that this instance dungeon created by the system is not identical to typical dungeons. The system also has a shop, but Jinwoo isn't high level enough to make purchases, but he has access to selling items in exchange for gold. Jinwoo surmises that the instance dungeon is E rank, but he still needs to level up more before facing the boss. Just in time, a pack of steel-fanged lichens appear, and Jinwoo confronts them with his appearance looking more determined. He engages in a fierce battle, defeating wave after wave of monsters and leveling up in the process. Determined to protect his loved ones and become stronger, Jinwoo embraces the system. As more monsters appear, Jinwoo confronts them and earns the title Wolf Assassin. Jinwoo reflects on the nature of weapons, noting their eventual deterioration regardless of their price. He recalls purchasing a costly dagger that broke during a boss fight, leading him to rely on his inadequate physical prowess despite the drawbacks. Jinwoo thanks Sang-shik's sword and reflects flex on his achievements, including the Wolf Assassin title and a teleportation stone. He considers returning but decides to continue and fight to level up and grow stronger. Jinwoo notices that as he levels up, the monsters also get easier to slay. He begins observing their patterns and adapting his strategies accordingly. Reflecting on the labels of each monster, the colors must signify their strength levels. White is for the weak, orange is around his level, and red is a significant threat. The Lycan's label he just defeated shifted from orange to white, indicating he's grown stronger, yet he still ponders whether he could handle what lay beyond the stairs. Jinwoo descends the stairs and wonders if he's really in Habjong Station when suddenly he's ambushed at the bottom. Jinwoo is thrown against a wall, his sword shattering upon impact, revealing an orange-labeled monster, King of the Swamp, blue venom-fanged Kasaka. Kasaka lunges at Jinwoo, unable to do anything against its impenetrable scales and swift movements. Jinwoo continues to struggle, thinking he'd grown stronger, but when will it be enough? Memories of past humiliations flood his mind, the weakest hunter of all mankind. Convinced that overwhelming power is the key to everything, he dismisses all the gratitude he's ever received for his intelligence and wisdom. Nothing matters in the face of power, as he recalls Sangsig's betrayal. Jinwoo gets thrown at the wall again, but he gets back up with resolved determination to become stronger. Oh, I got chills reading this. If you want to save images like this one without the speech bubble, you can check out my link in bio in the description below. Kasaka continues to attack him, but he defends himself, searching for an opportunity to strike. Compared to the statue of God, Kasaka doesn't scare him at all. He seizes an opening, slashing at Kasaka, but he loses his sword. Undeterred, he leaps onto the monster and tries to crush him, but Kasaka violently resists. With a final surge of strength, Jinwoo succeeds in crushing Kasaka, leveling up amidst his laughter. Jinwoo realizes he has indeed gotten just a bit stronger as he sits atop the defeated King of the Swamp. After the exhausting fight, Jinwoo is satisfied by his rewards, especially the dagger, Kasaka's venom fang. As he leaves the instance dungeon in Habjong Station, he encounters a soldier. Realizing that Jinwoo's a hunter, the soldier tells him that there was a dungeon break and one monster still remains. Jinwoo's improved stats allow him to sense that the remaining monster is a boss. He arrives on the scene and notes the hunters' lack of coordination, likely because they are a hastily assembled team of E-rank and D-rank hunters, along with B-rank healer and friend Lee Juhee. However, she struggles to heal the team as the boss reminds her of the stone statues. Jinwoo notices and claims she hasn't overcome her trauma, unlike him. Determined, he evaluates the boss as weaker than Kasaka and prepares to attack, winding up to throw his broken sword. As the hunters panic and hope for a high-rank hunter to save them, Jinwoo's attack hits the boss's head, making it vulnerable to the hunter's attacks. The boss crumbles and the hunters celebrate their victory. However, one hunter is left confused, knowing that none of their attacks had any impact. Someone must have helped them. He spots Jinwoo's beat-up sword and mistakes it for a dagger due to its broken state. He looks for the owner, believing a high-rank hunter threw it, but Jinwoo has already left, surprised that he only needed one hit, obliviously attributing it to the hunters weakening the boss. Remember to like and subscribe. See you next time.